Hey guys, it's Karli here for some core today. We got a 20-minute core workout. Be prepared. If you need water, towel, yoga mat, board, booties, get it all prepared. Get your setup done. Get your couches away. Get your dogs away. Make sure you got space. Once we start, there's no stopping. We've got 3 5-minute segments, 30 seconds per exercise. Roll, 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 one, the next, all the way to the finish. Okay? Let's get going with this warm up. Little cool down stretch at the end. Inhale, arms overhead, all the way up. Interlace your fingers, big reach, side to side. What we're doing here, just warming up our spine, lateral flexion. We've got some lateral work today, side planks. Want to warm up your shoulders, right? Just make sure you're taking big inhales on the way up. Interlace your fingers, exhaling side to side. On the next one, let's make that a lateral reach. So inhale, arms up. Dropping an outside hand, reaching across. If you take my classes a lot, you know I like to warm up top to bottom, head, shoulders, spine, in my opinion, always the most important. I'm going to take this lateral reach just to a little swing, right? Torso twist. We're coming from the T-spine, right in the middle, right in the middle. So it's not a shoulder fling. I want your entire body moving. Hips, knees, and ankles follow as well. It's almost like a little triple extension. Let's give ourselves 2, 3 more, whatever feels good. And then one big inhale up and a forward fold to the floor. Once you're there, inhale, soften your knees. Exhale, straighten. You should feel a nice hamstring stretch. Inhale, soften your knees. Exhale, straighten. As you straighten, right, really try to squeeze through your shoulder blades as well. So you're making a long spine as you do it. We have a little bit of hamstring work today included in the core, glute bridges and such. When you're ready, let's roll it to the top. Have a seat on your booty. Let's put our booties on. So we've got toe and then heel as you put your booties on. Toe, heel, toe, and heel. We're using the booties the whole class. All right, we're getting right into it. 5 minutes on the clock. High hands on the bumper. We've got bumper plank shoulder taps. Opposite hand, opposite shoulders. We're in it. 3, 2, and 1. Join me if you're not there already. 30 seconds of work. 30 seconds can be a long time. But I also like to think it's pretty manageable. As you do it, if it feels too challenging, you can take your tap just to your elbow. You can also tap the top of your hand. Okay? Guys, we have 5 seconds. Then you're meeting me on your elbows in 3, 2, and 1. Elbows, heels, tap together. I like to call it a low plank flutter. Pressing up through your shoulder blades. We got inhales. We got exhales. Belly button squeezed, pressing down with your hands, your elbows, less than 10 seconds. And then we've got what we call a walking plank. You're going to go from your elbows up to your hands on the bumper in 3, 2, and 1. So elbows, hand, hand, steady, back to your elbow, elbow, hand, hand, back to your elbow, elbow. If it's too much, you're like, oh my gosh, my arms, my shoulders, my core, drop to your knees. I hear you. I'm feeling it already. Really trying not to sweat today though, so we're not going to work too hard. Just kidding. If you need to alternate here, that's totally fine. We are doing this 2 rounds, so if you didn't alternate, that's also fine. You're meeting me in a side plank on your right elbow in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Right elbow outside of your feet. Lift your hips. Top hand to the ceiling if it works for you. Drop and lift your bottom hip. Okay? So head is long, belly button's in. Now, I personally like to drop my bottom knee, keep everything else stabilized, and carry on with the exercise. We've got hand over shoulder, over shoulder, over elbow. Less than 10 seconds. You're going to drop it. Spin to the other side of your board and give me side number 2. In 3, in 2, in 1. Drop, spin yourself around, all the way around. Side number 2. Onto your elbow, lifting up, getting set. Again, I like to be on my bottom knee. Tiny little presses. Top hand, over shoulder, over shoulder, over elbow. Got about 15 seconds. When we count down, you're dropping. We're back in our high plank. Personally, I'm going to stay on this side. If you want to go back to the first side, that's also fine. 6, 3, 2, and 1. We're back to a high plank. Second round, round number 2. Let's go, team. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder, right? I told you I'm feeling it. If it's too much, drop to your knees. Easy modification. If that part's fine, but you can't get your hand up without losing balance, just take it to your elbows or tap the top of your hands. 10 seconds, we're down on our elbows, and we've got those low plank flutters. If you need your knees, it's there for you. 3, 2, 1. Elbows, back to your toes, heels click together. Inhales, exhales. Maybe you sing to yourself, a little bit of music in your head. Shoulders over elbows, lifting shoulder blades up toward the ceiling. Belly button in super, super tight. Guys, 10 seconds, let's go. Inhale, exhale, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Up to your top plank, back to your elbows. Notice I drop my knees right away because my shoulders and my forearms are on fire. All the way up, all the way down. Exhale and inhale. Now, if you alternated on the first side, alternate again. If you used the same hand every exercise on the first time, on the walking plank, make sure you get the second side. 10 seconds. We're back in our side plank. We're going to start here and then spin across the board to side number 2 in 3, 2, and 1. Second side. This is the end of round 1, right? We got that hip dip. Again, I like to be on my knee, lifting that side hip, shoulder, hand, shoulder, elbow. Everything should be in line. Squeezing your top hip, glute, abs, lifting from underneath. Don't lose your form. Less than 10 seconds. We drop, we swing around, and we got your final 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Side number 2. Outside of the feet, elbows, hip dips. You could drop to your knee again. Right, whatever works. Abs in. Forget your shoulder is burning. Squeeze your core. Shoulder blades included. Glutes included. 10 seconds. And migrate off the back of your board. We're on our backs. Supine ab work. 3, 2, and 1. You're on your glutes. Feet wide. Deep breath. Check in with yourself. How you doing? Feeling good? I think you're fine. Arms are out of this one. Full sit up. Reach overhead. 30 seconds on the clock all together. 3, 2, and 1, y'all. Let's do it. All the way down. Big reach. Inhale. Exhale, big reach. So this is our second set of 5 minutes of work straight through. We had a little breather. If you're like, that wasn't enough. I'm dying. I can't breathe. My abs are tight. My shoulders are killing me, right? Whatever it is, take a pause, grab your water, towel off, shout to your roommate to make you dinner, whatever you need to do. All the way down, all the way up. Less than 10 seconds, we've got bicycle crunches. I want your hands behind your head. 3, 2, and 1. So hands behind your head, opposite elbow, opposite knee. It's the same format we just did before, where we repeat this. So if the first round, you're recovering, right, we're struggling, things just aren't coming together, you've got a whole time to do it again. So take a moment, learn the exercise, make sure we're feeling good. Less than 15 seconds, breathing. Make sure you're exhaling, right, on your twist. Abs are tight, low back pressing to the ground. Your neck is not tight. When we count down, you're dropping your head, toes to the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. Drop your head, toes to the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes. Drop your legs as low as they go. Once they're there, flutter your feet. If you need a break, drop your feet. Take a deep breath. Repeat that cycle. If you could do it all the way through and this exercise works, stay there. Or you could join me with that little bit of a break. Down, flutter, and drop, right? Inhale up, exhale down. Abs are tight. And take a little pause. 10 seconds. We got one more supine ab work. And then we drop our legs one more time. and finish up this little set here. We got little baby crunches in 5, 4, 3, 2, feet down, head high, tiny, tiny little lift. Lower abs are tucked in. I want you to almost use this as like a bit of recovery. If you execute it properly, it's not recovery at all. In fact, it burns so bad, but you should be feeling it. My upper abs are shaking right now. You should feel it coming together, almost like you're squeezing your rib cage together, right? Breathing, inhales and exhales, right? You gotta be breathing. Oh my God, 10 seconds. And we've got leg lifts, and that is your last piece. And we repeat in 4, 3, 2, drop your head, legs to the ceiling. Inhale down, exhale up. If you need a modification here, you're welcome to lift your head, welcome to soften your knees, or you're welcome, if your lower back is bothering you, to take your hands under your low back. Personally, I think that makes it harder. I like to lift my head, and if my hamstrings are tight back here, I either don't go as low or just soften my knees a little. But you gotta make sure you're breathing. This one's really hard to breathe. 10 seconds, y'all, we're back to the top with our big sit-ups, right? Full sit-ups all the way to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down, reach over, exhale to the top. Reach over, exhale, ooh, feeling it, to the top. If the little reach is too much, right? You get here and you're like, that's it. Reach forward, right? It'll give you easier access to the exercise. I like the overhead reach because it opens up our core a little bit extra, forces you to actually squeeze your glutes a little tighter. Let's go for 10 more seconds. 8. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, right into your bicycles. Inhales, exhales. If you can, try to get your elbow and your knee to touch as close as possible. Low back is still tight to the floor. If you need a modification, single arm, single leg, opposite leg on the floor, maybe 3 at a time so you don't waste your energy too much on one side. Whatever it is, we've got 10 seconds. Your head is on the floor, and we got flutters in 5, 4, 3, 2, drop your head, toes up, reset, inhale down, flutter it out. If you need the modification, take a pause, toes back to the ceiling. Inhale down, couple flutters. If you need a pause, back to the ceiling. Right? Again, if you're good to go all the way through, feel free to do so, right? Take it start to finish. I like to make sure my form is as perfect as possible. So the little pause just gives me a moment to do so. Breathing. Oh my gosh, we're almost done with these. These are so hard. 8 seconds. And we got those tiny little crunches. 5, 4, 3, 2, feet down. Tiny, tiny little crunches, right? Belly button in. Core tight on the top. It should feel like you're squeezing your rib cage together, right? Closing the gap a little bit. Again, elbows wide, chin off your chest, eyes to the ceiling, 15 seconds. Make sure you're with me, right? I'm right here with you, crushing through it, up and up and up. It's so tiny, but it's so effective. You're dropping your head in 5. We're so close. 3, 2, and 1. Toes up, relax. Feet come down, hold it if you can, and exhale right back to the top, right? Inhale down, hold it. Exhale back to the top. If you need modification, your knees can bend. You can drop at the bottom, reset if you need. You could take your hands under your hips if you need. Make sure you have 0, right? 0 tension in your neck, your back, your hips, your knees, everything in terms of joints. Feel good, feel set, feel comfortable. 10 seconds. I'm going to soften my knees a little, tight hamstrings. That's what happens when you run too much, right? Oy, oy, oy. You guys are out of here in 4, 3, 2. Hug your knees to your chest. Big release. Water, towel if you have it and if you need it. If you don't need it, we're moving right along. Your final set. Meet me on the edge of your board all the way to the side. Heels on the board. Your booties are still on. This is your final 5-minute set. 30 seconds each exercise, and we repeat it once. Let's get set. Down to the floor. Tuck your shoulder blades. Dig your heels into the board. Lift your hips to the ceiling. Hold it there. Start the clock in 3, 2, and 1. We squeeze up at the top. We drop all the way. Lift it back up and add 2 pulses. Squeeze, drop, lift back up, add 2 pulses. Oh my goodness. When I said tight hamstrings, I wasn't ready for this. Oh my gosh. Squeeze your glutes as tight as you can. Shoulder blades tighter. Abs tighter. We hold it at the top in 3, 2, hold it. Extend your feet. Drag them back in. Extend, drag them back in. It's a lot harder than it looks. If you need a modification, single leg, same thing we did with the bicycles, maybe 3 at a time. Switch, 3 at a time, and switch, right? You're still getting the hamstrings. You're still getting the glutes. Hips stay lifted the whole time, right? We're dropping it, flipping over into a high plank in 3, 2, and 1. So you just flip right over, same side of the board. Hands on the board, lifting up, chin to the chest, hips to the ceiling in a pike. So if you're not here already, join me. Hands on the bumper, hips to the ceiling, same thing we've been doing, 30 seconds, all the way up, all the way down. It's almost like a stretch for your hamstrings, right? Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Exhale and inhale. You're meeting me on your elbows on the floor in front of the bumper in 3, in 2, in 1. Elbows against the bumper. Drag your body forward. Push your body backwards. If you're like, oh my gosh, why is this so hard? Drop your knees. Pull yourself into a nice plank. Press your hips backward for a little stretch. So you can pull forward, press backwards. I would love it if you could try to stay on your toes. You got 15 seconds. If you need 1 knee dropped, even better than dropping 2 knees. When we count down, if you need 2 knees, if you need a little stretch, feel free for a child's pose. Final exercise in this series is a walking plank. And we're there in 5, 3, 2, and 1. So up to your hands and down to your elbows. We've done this before, right? We did this on the last set. I dropped to my knees to show you the manageable approach. Again, if you can keep 1 foot stretched out, awesome. If you could stay on both toes, carry on, even better, right? Always. So got 10 more seconds. I'll join you here at this little modification. Maybe we pick up the pace with the modification, right? Right on top of the knees, pushing just for 5. For 4, and then we're back to our seat on the outside in 2, in 1. We're sitting down. Reposition yourself. Let's get right back into this final exercise series. Full and 2 pulses. 3, 2, 1. If you're not there yet, let's go. You know it's a running clock, right? We got 5 minutes, 30 seconds per exercise, trying to roll right through. We've got a full hip dip with our glute bridge and 2 pulses. All the way down, all the way up, 2 pulses. Squeezing your glutes, squeezing your abs, shoulder blades, 10 seconds. And we add our hamstring curl. 5, 4, 3, 2, we're up. If you need that modification, go into it to start so that you can crush on the back end. So you can have 1 heel down, 1 heel moving, remember? You got a little anchor to help you through. Hips are elevated. If you feel your hips dropping, just keep 2 feet set and take a moment rather than dropping. I want to see your hips up. I want to see you squeezing your glutes as tight as possible. Less than 15 seconds, y'all. Let's go. we're back to that high plank when we count down. For this last 10, if you can, we're back to 2 feet. Even if it's super slow, hips are up, heels are digging, elbows are digging. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's flip over, high plank. Final 3 exercises, 90 seconds, you're out of here. 90 seconds. We're up, pike, and release, right? Exhale, lift. Inhale, back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back down. Give me the whole time. Y'all got 10 seconds. Let's go. Exhale up. Inhale down for 5, for 3, for 2, for 1. Elbows. Body saw. Again, if you have to be on your knees, fine. You drag yourself forward. You push yourself back, right? You drag yourself forward. You push yourself back. I would love it if we could try to be on our elbows and our toes. It doesn't have to be big. Just moving through your shoulders, your lats. Belly button is so tight. Oh my God. Breathing. Inhales. Exhales. Rib cage is closed. We're back to the walking plank. Your final exercise today in 3, 2, and 1. Knees if you need it. Get started. Please do not take a break. Y'all have less than 30 seconds and you are done. I'd rather you on your knees, the front of your knees, the top of your knees, whatever you need to finish this up. But let's get there. Let's get there together. Oh my God, less than 15 seconds. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Exhales. Inhales. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw your knees in. Give yourself a big child's pose. Just release it. Let it go. Big deep breath. When you're ready, just slide off of your board. Have a seat on your booty. Take off your booties. Guys, we have finished core, 20 minutes of core all the way through. If you need an extra stretch, I'm going to recommend you hop over to a 20-minute recovery. Awesome work with any of our trainers. So good. They know exactly what to do to release everything. If you're feeling like you need a little more push, head over to my lower body boot camp, 20, 30 minutes, whatever you can handle, whatever you have time for. Again, my name is Karli. Thanks for checking out Brrrn. If you're on Instagram, follow us, tag us. Let's have fun. Let's connect at BRRRN. Catch you next time.